Over the last few months, I've been talking to clients and doing consulting on what the issues have been as far as hiring people and compensation packages. One of the trends that a lot of my clients have had recently has been candidates that have turned down very aggressive offers because of the compensation not being high enough. Bloomberg recently did a report, a study on compensation across all businesses. They found that salary compensation has increased substantially over the last 5 years. What that means is that compensation and salary packages have gone up. Primarily the reason for this is the unemployment rate. The two leading industries that have driven this salary increase have been manufacturing and healthcare. These two industries show a huge lack of supply of candidates with a high demand for individuals. And so companies have been aggressively seeking people by increasing salary comp ranges and attracting them with incentives. What that means for us today is that we have to have some type of way to attract people to a job. It doesn't necessarily have to be compensation, but there's got to be an overall understanding to the applicant of what's going to incentivize them to come work for you. What I find though, as far as one of the biggest challenges, is companies that want to underpay people. Pay people less than the market value with the expectation that person's going to come to the company excited and stay with the company long term. I've had several clients of mine turn over positions for the last 5 years, year after year, and they keep complaining that people keep leaving. And I've told them many a times, people are not leaving because they don't like the job. People are leaving because you're underpaying people. Or what about that client that's had a position for over a year because 3 people have turned them down because their offer is just not good enough? It's very important to understand, you can't walk into a Porsche dealer and offer them the price of a Toyota for a Porsche. If you want to buy a Porsche, you have to pay the premium. And it's the same thing with applicants. If you're looking for the perfect applicant, if you're looking for someone that has every bit of criteria that you're looking for, you have to pay what the market demands, not what you demand, not what internal equity calls for, but you have to pay what the market demands. Last week I talked about hiring up, hiring people that may not be perfect but are ready to be trained and developed into a role. And this is piggybacking to that thought process. If you're looking for a candidate that has 5 pieces of criteria and the market is paying that candidate $120,000 a year, you can't offer them $105,000. The reason why is because you're not paying market value. And it's basically like buying a Porsche for the cost of a Toyota. So a couple of things to think about when looking at candidates as far as hiring practices, and for a candidate, talking about how to get compensation. One, for the company, understand the market conditions, understand what the market's paying. Call people that understand the market, primarily people like me, recruiters, and ask us about what conditions that they're going to run against and how can they get around those conditions. You have 2 options. You pay what the premiums are, you pay what the market demands, or you tweak your search and change your criteria so that you can pay what you want to pay. Most of my clients are not paying more. They're just being more flexible on what they look for. They're not asking for 5 criteria, they're asking for 3. They're being open-minded to degree or education. And they're not being so picky when they look at somebody that has 3 jobs in the last 5 years, knowing that a lot of companies still are economically not doing well or still restructuring. From a candidate's perspective, I'm going to tell you, yeah, sure, there are companies paying more money, but more money doesn't necessarily mean better job. I can tell you there are very large companies out there that pay very good premiums, but if you actually got to go to work for them, you will hate it. It's a terrible company to work for. I have many in my head that I can name, but I won't do that right now. But at the end of the day, one of the biggest things to remember when you're looking at a job is don't just look at the price. Look at the longevity. Are you going to be happy there? Are you going to enjoy working for the company? And where do you see yourself long term? Is the company going to give you the long-term growth and opportunities that you're looking for, or is it just going to be a stop on the road to where you want to be? Again, the point of this is if the market demands a certain price and you're not able to pay that price, there's got to be an adjustment. If you don't make an adjustment, that position is just going to sit open for the next year. And as my video said last week, it's more expensive to have a position vacant than fill the position with somebody and grow them into the role. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and hit me up at michael@michaelglinter.com or www.michaelglinter.com if you have any questions, concerns, feedback, or you'd like a little bit of advice on what the market conditions are out there for certain positions and how we can best fill the role. Have a great day.